They'd have you believe he was just standing still, willingly making himself a perfect target.
And I was not blocking the driveway. By the mailbox.
Because I was wondering whose Jeep it was.
By the mailbox. By the mailbox.
Exactly where was your Jeep in front of that house?
By the mailbox. Would have been around equal with the mailbox, and I was not blocking the driveway.
Then you turned the engine on, correct?
And the wipers, yes.
And the lights?
Yes.
And the lights lit up everything in front of you, correct?
Yes.
You indicated that that Jeep was just a little bit in front of the mailbox. About there, correct?
Yes.
That's Jen McCabe testifying as to where Brian Higgins' Jeep was on the day John O'Keefe was found dead on the lawn at 34 Fairview.
And the rear end of that Jeep would be butting up against the driveway.
Yes.
Quite a bit of detail about where that Jeep was. Would you agree?
No, because I drove down the street and I took a left into the driveway and there was a Jeep there.
Okay. What I'm asking is, you didn't just say, your memory was not just somewhere in front of the house. It's literally right in front of the mailbox, the front end of it, adjoining the line of the driveway, correct?
Yes.
That detail obviously stuck out in your mind.
It did, because I was wondering whose Jeep it was.
Each one of these little hash marks represents 10 feet. The red lines show the extent.
This was Massachusetts expert explaining how John O'Keefe's body was hit by Karen Reed's car. Their theory now is she drove backwards 84 feet at about 24 miles an hour and hit John O'Keefe.
Of motion. Remember what I said, initially pulled forward, then backed up, past its initial spot, and then went backwards further distance. What this shows is where we simulated this. So that's the vehicle, the Lexus pulling forward. It's still going approximately 23 miles an hour when that ends.
According to Commonwealth expert Judd Welcher, Karen Reed's Lexus was idling in position a short distance ahead of John O'Keefe, somewhere just beyond the flagpole.
And this is from another excellent video done by the YouTube channel Microdots.
He claims she drove forward 34 feet and stopped. Position 1 is even farther from the supposed point of impact than previously believed, and that matters. More distance means more time for John to react. They'd have you believe he was just standing still, willingly making himself a perfect target, so Karen could attempt a 1 in a million shot. And actually make it. The sound of an approaching vehicle speeding towards you wouldn't just be audible, it would be alarming. Welcher asserts that Karen pressed her foot down on the gas pedal, applying 75% of its full range, and accelerated toward John, reaching a speed of nearly 24 miles per hour, traveling a distance of well over 87 feet.
They get that data from the black box on Karen's Lexus, so technically that car could have performed this maneuver at any point. But someone in our community pointed out a major flaw in the expert's decision to use that particular time.
Striking his bent arm, causing the mismatched wounds, and projecting his body through the air to its ultimate resting place just below the flagpole. They provided no scientific evidence explaining how a taillight could produce the specific pattern of abrasions on John's right arm.
We saw the Commonwealth's expert provide an explanation for the bite marks on John O'Keefe's arm using this reenactment. What this expert didn't realize is I dispatched a reporter from my news station up to take pictures of what exactly was going on. And conveniently, the expert failed to show this very photo, which was taken right before he came into contact with the vehicle, which is being used to support the Commonwealth's claim that the taillight caused the dog bites on John O'Keefe's arm.
Another problem is that Ryan Nagel drove by just moments before and didn't see John inside or outside the SUV.
I was making sure my sister got in the house okay.
And you saw one person?
That's all I saw at the time, yes.
Female with long hair, is that
Correct.
right?
This young brother saw Karen Reed sitting in her car with no one else in it while he was waiting to pick up his sister. There wasn't a body on the ground. There wasn't John O'Keefe in the car. All he saw was Karen waiting for John in her Lexus.
After the SUV travels 87 feet, the trigger event data ends, but the vehicle is still accelerating, with its last recorded speed being its highest.
It's still moving. It's still moving about 23 miles an hour and you're still at 74% throttle and 3,300 revolutions per minute on the tachometer.
All of this data is taken from that black box, which is indicating the speed and various other functions the Lexus is doing. The problem is we don't know the exact time for which all these maneuvers were made. The state wants you to believe it happened right when Karen Reed was dropping John O'Keefe off, but Microdots beautifully pointed out why this data is probably flawed.
It's not just still moving, it's still speeding up, and Karen is applying zero pressure to the brake, which is a major problem for one big reason.
By the mailbox.
Okay, where was your Jeep in relation to that mailbox?
Around equal with the mailbox, and I was not blocking the driveway.
And I took a left into the driveway and there was a Jeep there.
How could the Lexus have been accelerating in reverse at the speed of 23.9 miles per hour when it would have collided with the Jeep, causing a violent crash that would almost certainly have severely damaged both vehicles?
The YouTuber BNTrouble31 put out a beautiful video explaining the intricate details relating to this black box information.
He's trying to pass this off as Toyota TechStream. It is not Toyota TechStream. Toyota TechStream would have had mileage. It would have had time, date. It would have had 1/10 of a point mileage, because that's going to be real important here in just a minute.
I'm not a manly man. I don't understand much about cars, but I do understand indicators of deception.
He's saying that she pulls in, shifts it into reverse, and guns it 50% throttle backing out of a driveway, turning the steering wheel.
These numbers indicate the amount of percentage the accelerator was pressed. At one point, she has it down over 50% while she's doing a 3-point turn in the snow in the dark. Being Trouble's opinion is that this event did not occur at the time when Karen Reed was dropping John O'Keefe off, and most likely occurred at some point in the future. The beauty of this community is we have so many people from so many different backgrounds, and since we know we cannot rely upon the dopes of Massachusetts to solve a crime, it's all up to us to figure out who really killed John O'Keefe. Keep up the fight.